Hello everyone, it's me Uncle John. Today I am going to read Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, Chapter 10, page 169 to 171. The three chasers try and score with the quaffle. The keeper guards the goal post. The beaters keep the bludgers away from their team. Harry reeled off. Very good, said Wood. Have bludgers ever killed anyone? Harry asked, hoping he sounded offhand. Never at Hogwarts. We have had a couple of broken jaws, but nothing worse than that. Now the last member of the team is a seeker. That's you. And you don't have to worry about the quaffle or the bludgers, unless they crack my head open. Don't worry, the Weasleys are more than a match for the bludgers. I mean, they're like a pair of human bludgers themselves. Wood reached into the crate and took out the fourth and last ball. Compared with the quaffle and the bludgers, it was tiny, about the size of a large walnut. It was bright gold and had a little fluttering silver wings. This, said Wood, is the golden snitch, and it's the most important ball of the lot. It's very hard to catch because it's so fast and difficult to see. It's the seeker's job to catch it. You've got to weave in and out of the chasers, the beaters, bludgers, and quaffle to get it before the other team's seeker, because whichever seeker catches the snitch wins his team an extra 150 points. So they nearly always win. That's why seekers get fouled so much. A game of Quidditch only ends when the snitch is caught. So it can go on for ages. I think the record is 3 months. They had to keep bringing on substitute so the players could get some sleep. Well, that's it. Any questions? Harry shook his head. He understood what he had to do. All right, he was doing it. That was going to be the problem. We won't practice with the snitch yet, said Wood, carefully, shutting it back inside the crate. It is too dark. We might lose it. Let's try you out with a few of these. He pulled a bag of ordinary golf balls out of his pocket, and a few minutes later, he and Harry were up in the air, Wood throwing the golf ball as hard as he could in every direction for Harry to catch. Harry didn't miss a single one. Wood was delighted. After half an hour, night had already fallen, and they couldn't carry on. Oh, the Quidditch Cup will have a name on it this year, said Wood happily as they trudged back up to the castle. I wouldn't be surprised if you turn out better than Charlie Weasley, and he could have played for England if he hadn't gone off chasing dragons. Perhaps it was because he was now so busy. What with the Quidditch practice, 3 evenings a week on top of all his homework. But Harry could hardly believe it when he realized that he had already been at Hogwarts 2 months. The castle felt more like home than private drive ever had. His lessons too were becoming more and more interesting now that they had mastered the basics. On Halloween morning, they walked to the delicious smell of baking pumpkin wafting through the corridors. Even better, Professor the Flitwick announced in charms that he thought they were ready to start making subjects. Something they had all been dying to try since they had seen him make Neville's toad zoom around the classroom. Professor the Flitwick put the class into pairs to practice. Harry's partner was the Seamus the Finnegan, which was a relief because Neville had been trying to catch his eye. Ron, however, was to be working with Hermione Granger. It was hard to tell whether Ron or Hermione was angry about this. She hadn't spoken to either of them since the day Harry's broomstick had arrived. Now don't forget that nice wrist movement we've been practicing, squeaked the Professor Flitwick. They perched on top of his pile of books as usual. Swish and flick, remember? Swish and flick. And saying the magic words properly is very important too. Never forget the wizard, the Brufino, who says instead of F and found herself. Never forget wizard the Brufio who said it instead of F and found himself on the floor with the buffalo on his chest. It was very difficult. Harry and Seamus swished and flicked, but the feather they were supposed to be sending skyward just lay on the desktop. Seamus got so impatient that he prodded it with his wand and set fire to it. Harry had to put it out with his hat. Ron, at the next table, wasn't having much more luck. The Wingardium Leviosa, he shouted, waving his long arms like a windmill. You're saying it wrong, Harry heard Hermione snap. It's Wingardium Leviosa. Make the guard nice and long. You do it then, if you're so clever, Ron snarled. The feather rose off the dark desk and hovered about 4 feet above their heads. Oh, well done, cried the Professor of the Flitwick, clapping. Everyone see here, Miss Granger's done it. Ron was in a very bad mood by the end of the class. The end.